Welcome, curious listener, to Artificially Literate. This is the space where books, films, ideas, they all meet deep thought and, well, curiosity.
That's right. Every episode, we try to do a dedicated exploration, a real deep dive into something, literature, maybe a video,
Yeah.
sometimes a cultural moment.
Yeah, breaking down the philosophical side, the literal meanings, just, trying to get to those aha moments.
Whether you're a huge story lover, or maybe you're just looking for meaning, or even just enjoy a thoughtful takeaway that gives you a bit of a fresh perspective.
This is your space, a place to reflect, learn, maybe see the world a little differently. And today we're definitely embarking on one of those journeys. It's quite an intense one.
It is indeed. Today we're really setting our sights on a narrative that, well, it certainly sparked a lot of conversation. We're talking about E.L. James's 50 Shades Freed.
The concluding novel in that trilogy, the one that captivated millions, truly millions, globally.
Now, we know 50 Shades has been, let's say, the subject of extensive external critiques, a real range of receptions.
Oh, yeah. Some hailed it, as a breakthrough in exploring female desire.
While others heavily criticized its portrayal of relationships, control, consent, all of that.
Absolutely. But for this deep dive, our mission is, well, it's a bit different. We want to move beyond those external debates.
Exactly. We're going to strictly immerse ourselves in the book's narrative, just the text itself.
We'll be focusing on character development, maybe some underlying philosophical questions if they're there,
Yeah.
and the literal meanings within the story.
And crucially, we're not venturing into the film adaptations or, the broader societal arguments today.
Oh, just the book.
We're here to understand the story as it unfolds on the page. That's the goal.
Exactly. We're going to peel back the layers of this specific text, 50 Shades Freed, to really try and understand its internal logic, its narrative choices.
And the impact it seems to be aiming for, just as a piece of literature on its own.
Right. And to really grasp the visceral reality, the profound themes of trauma, vulnerability, they really run through this story. We need to start with a quote.
A powerful one.
Yeah, powerful and maybe a bit confronting. It's directly from the book, and it really sets the tone for what we're discussing. It's a raw glimpse into Christian Grey's earliest memories. It goes like this. Mommy, Mommy is asleep on the floor. She has been asleep for a long time. I brush her hair because she likes that. She doesn't wake up, I shake her. Mommy, my tummy hurts. Is hungry. He isn't here. I am thirsty. In the kitchen, I pull a chair to the sink, and I have a drink. The water splashes over my blue sweater. Mommy still sleeps. Mommy, wake up. She lies still. She is cold. I fetch my blankie, and I cover Mommy, and I lie down on the sticky green rug beside her. Mommy is still asleep. I have 2 toy cars. They race by the floor where Mommy is sleeping. I think Mommy is sick. I search for something to eat. In the freezer, I find something. It smells funny. I lick it, and my tongue is stuck to it. I eat it slowly. It tastes nasty. I drink some water. I play with my cars, and I sleep beside Mommy. Mommy is so cold, and she won't wake up. The door crashes open. I cover Mommy with my blankie. He's here. Fuck. What the fuck happened here? Oh, the crazy fucked up bitch. Shit. Fuck.
Get out of my way, you little shit. He kicks me and I hit my head on the floor. My head hurts. He calls somebody and he locks the door. I lay down beside Mommy. My head hurts. The lady policeman is here. No, don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. I stay by Mommy. No, stay away from me. The lady policeman has my blankie and she grabs me and I scream, Mommy, I want my Mommy. The words are gone. I can't say the words. Mommy can't hear me. I have no words.
Wow. That excerpt, it's stark, isn't it? Unforgettable.
It really throws you right in.
Yeah, it's our entry point. It throws us straight into the deep end of the trauma that, well, it seems to define Christian Grey, and by extension, the incredibly intricate relationship he has with Anastasia Steele.
And in 50 Shades Freed, this final book, we see them navigate all of that. Marriage, confronting these past traumas head on.
Facing relentless new threats, too, and just unexpected turns in their, let's call it, highly unconventional life together.
So our mission today really is to understand those complex layers, the relationship, how it evolves under all this pressure.
What the story might be trying to say about things like control, trust.
And maybe the enduring power of love, even when faced with these really deep-seated insecurities.
It's a journey, I think, into 2 very intertwined psyches, how they confront their deepest fears, sometimes together, sometimes not so together. So as we embark on this deep dive into 50 Shades Freed, Christian and Anastasia are right at this pivotal moment, just married. Let's set that scene, maybe, with one of those declarations that captures the initial feeling. Christian's possessive affection comes through strong here.
Finally,
"You're mine," he whispers and pulls me into his arms and kisses me chastely on the lips. "I am married. I am Mrs. Christian Grey. I am giddy with joy."
The honeymoon and shifting dynamics.
That sentiment, right. Finally, you're mine. From Christian. And Anna's giddiness, it just plunges you straight into the dawn of their married life.
It's intoxicating, isn't it, that initial phase?
Totally. An almost immediate immersion into this life of unimaginable luxury, global adventures, stuff Anna could only have, well, dreamed of just weeks before.
It really is kind of Cinderella story, but with a very specific gray-tinted twist, as you said.
Yeah.
The book picks up right after that boathouse scene, which was so intense. Christian just impulsively says, "Can we marry tomorrow?"
Just like that.
Pretty much. Anna sort of hums about it, but then, bam, they arrange a wedding super quickly. And from that moment, it's just this whirlwind.
Extravagant honeymoon.
Oh, completely.
Yeah.
England, Paris, Cannes, the Côte d'Azur, Aspen. It's nonstop. And this isn't just, changing locations.
No, it's a massive shift.
A profound, almost dizzying shift from her modest life working at Seattle Independent Publishing.
Right, her little blue Beetle car life.
Exactly. To suddenly contemplating like 5,000 pepper paintings without Christian even blinking. The wealth is just immense, overwhelming.
And this opulence, it's not just background scenery, is it? It becomes a real point of friction, like those golden handcuffs you sometimes hear about.
Absolutely. It binds her even as it elevates her status. You see her discomfort so clearly.
Like with that bikini, the $540 one.
Yes. She thinks it's ridiculous. 4 triangular scraps of material, she calls it.
And the pepper paintings she briefly likes.
And he just buys them. On a whim, that casual extravagance. Or the Cartier charm bracelet.
Ah, yes, with all the symbols. The Eiffel Tower, the cab, Charlie Tango.
Even an ice cream cone. They're not just gifts, are they?
No, they're like markers. Constant reminders of this huge gap between her past self and this new life.
And what's really telling is her internal conflict about it all. She actually says to Kate, her friend, "This isn't me, Kate. I'm kind of uncomfortable about all this."
It's not just about being frugal or anything.
No, it's deeper. It's about her identity. She feels like she's becoming part of the package, like you said, a possession to be adorned almost.
Instead of just being Anna.
Right. Maintaining her own self. Her discomfort is this consistent undercurrent through the whole first part of the book. It signals that, yeah, she loves Christian deeply, but she hasn't just accepted his lifestyle wholesale.
Or maybe, more crucially, the way he expects her to exist within it.
Exactly. And it's a really insightful point in Freed for Christian, this immense wealth. It isn't just comfort. It's almost like a self-imposed prison,
A gilded cage. He even says that later, doesn't he?
He does. He uses it to secure what he's terrified of losing Anna, which directly mirrors those childhood abandonment fears. And she finds herself navigating a similar kind of trap.
That really brings Christian's core issues right to the surface, almost the second they're married. His possessiveness. It was always there, but it just intensifies, doesn't it? Immediately. You see his anger when Anna kind of playfully takes off her bikini top in public. His reaction is so harsh. That growl.
Don't push your luck.
Yeah. And then, "I don't like you taking your clothes off in public. That's a hard limit for me."
And the hickeys.
Yeah.
Leaving a mark on her breasts. Asserting ownership in this really physical way that understandably infuriates her.
It's so clear. Marriage, for him, just amplifies that need to possess, to own.
Psychologically, it makes perfect sense, unfortunately. His need for control, especially in public, over her body, it's deeply rooted in wanting to own and protect what he sees as his.
It goes way beyond the BDSM stuff.
Oh, absolutely. It permeates everything in their married life. It reflects those profound insecurities, the abandonment trauma we talked about.
Yeah.
It's this desperate attempt to control a world that felt so out of control when he was young.
This is also where Anna starts to really push back, isn't it? Her resistance starts to blossom.
It really does. She starts asserting her boundaries, sometimes subtly, sometimes like with the bikini top, pretty overtly.
It feels like a critical turning point for her, moving from maybe passive acceptance to being more active, more independent within the relationship.
Definitely. It marks that shift.
And what's interesting is her resistance isn't always like a big fight. Often it's playful, but still deliberate. Testing him.
Like intentionally taking the bikini top off because he set that limit to see how brazen she can be, as she puts it.
Or driving the jet ski super fast,
Yeah.
loving the power. She thinks no wonder Christian never lets me drive.
Yeah. Seizing control, even just for a moment. And the hair cutting scene.
Oh, that's a classic. He calls his hair overlong.
And she just cuts it. A small act, maybe, but it chips away at his control. his carefully curated image.
It's significant.
These moments are absolutely crucial. You see the power dynamic shifting. Anna's not just being rebellious for the sake of it.
No, she's navigating, pushing back against his rigidity, testing the boundaries of their marriage contract, essentially.
Even through small acts.
Yeah.
It highlights her growing assertiveness, her refusal to be completely swallowed by his world, his rules.
And his reactions are interesting, too. Sometimes amused, sometimes annoyed.
Right, a mix. Amusement, maybe a bit of grudging admiration, but still that underlying possessiveness, like when he calls her wench.
You'll do wench, yeah.
It shows this really complex power struggle. Anna discovering her own strength, redefining the terms as she goes.
And this struggle, this need for autonomy, it goes right into her career ambitions. That becomes a huge flashpoint.
A major one.
She really wants to keep working at SIP, Seattle Independent Publishing. It feels important to her.
Almost visceral, yeah. But Christian clearly wants her home. He sees her as potentially being imprisoned at Escala or the new house with nothing to do. His words.
Which creates this immediate, big conflict. He's trying to mold her life into his ideal, and that ideal doesn't include her having her own career.
And that gilded cage comment he makes. It's so telling, isn't it?
It really is.
It just lays bare his fear of losing her, his desire for total control,
Yeah.
using his wealth to keep her safe, sure, but also close, perpetually close.
It's those abandonment issues again, playing out as this, controlling generosity.
Exactly. But Anna's very clear. She articulates her need for a career. She says she'll go crazy. She'll suffocate without it.
It's about maintaining her sense of self, right? Her identity.
Her intellectual engagement, yeah. She needs a life beyond just being Mrs. Christian Grey, no matter how luxurious it is. It's not just a job. It's fundamental to her psychological well-being.
This tension really underscores a core difference in how they see their future together. It feels like a major test for their bond.
A classic conflict, really. Independence versus control, just amplified by extreme wealth.
Okay, so as we move deeper into 50 Shades Freed, things get, even more complicated. We see profound shifts, major challenges, both internal and external. They really push Christian and Anna right to their limits.
It's intense.
It really tests the strength, or maybe just the sheer will, of their connection. And there's this quote where Christian kind of admits the tumultuous effect Anna has on him. "I love you, Mrs. Grey," he breathes. "Even though you make me so mad, I feel so alive with you."
Deepening cracks and unveiling the past.
That quote, it feels like a perfect bridge, doesn't it? From that honeymoon phase to the deepening complexities, the external threats they start facing almost immediately.
Yeah, the danger starts creeping in very quickly. It really tests the foundation of their marriage right away.
It starts with that fire, right? The server room fire at Grey House. Anna's reaction is just pure shock. Holy crap, a fire at Christian's office.
And Christian's response.
Yeah.
It's immediate, almost chillingly clinical. He just shifts into CEO mode. In command, in control.
That efficiency, while maybe good in a crisis.
It foreshadows so much, doesn't it? His deep need to protect his empire, and by extension, Anna, his corporate identity and his personal control issues are completely intertwined.
We learn about the high-tech fire suppression system, the argon gas.
Right, which contained the damage incredibly precisely. But the incident itself, it's not just random. It immediately hints at a targeted threat.
And it shows Christian's constant preparedness, maybe even paranoia about threats.
Exactly. It's a stark reminder that their world, despite the wealth, is far from safe.
Yeah.
And that Jack Hyde, he's not giving up.
No, definitely not. The tension just escalates from there. That car chase scene, wow.
High stakes for sure.
Anna driving Christian's Audi R8, this incredibly powerful car, and they're being chased by this mysterious Dodge.
And her internal thought, wow, can this car move? It's this weird mix of pure terror and, exhilaration.
Pushing the car, pushing her own limits. It's so visceral. Fight or flight.
And Christian's reaction during the chase is so revealing, too. Barking commands at her.
Telling her to be an asshole. To get other cars out of the way.
Yeah. It highlights his desperate need for control, even when things are completely unpredictable and dangerous. He can't let go.
And then they find out the driver chasing them is a woman, Elizabeth.
Which adds this chilling personal layer. This isn't just corporate stuff anymore. It's a direct personal vendetta. The stakes just shot way up.
They realize Jack Hyde is orchestrating this whole campaign of terror against them specifically.
It really ratchets up the tension, the sense of vulnerability for both of them.
And the climax of that threat, Jack Hyde actually trying to kidnap Mia, invading their home, attacking Anna.
It's harrowing, kicking her in the ribs.
But Anna, in that moment, she's incredible. resourceful. She manages to subdue him, finds Christian's gun, even points it at him.
Terrifying. It pushes her to her absolute limits, physically and emotionally, but it also proves her capacity for survival, for self-defense.
She really steps up.
Her actions there are incredibly brave.
Mm-hmm.
And what's fascinating is that internal conflict she has right after about calling Christian.
Right. She thinks he's mad at me, really, really mad at me, because they'd argued before she left.
Exactly. But despite fearing his anger, she calls him anyway, because she understands the gravity of the situation. Mia could have been killed.
It shows real courage, not just physical, but emotional maturity, too, prioritizing safety over his potential reaction.
It demonstrates her growing strength, her independent thought in a crisis. She's becoming this formidable, self-reliant person.
So all these escalating external threats, they kind of force Christian to confront his own secrets, right? The really deep trauma he's been hiding.
We get that shocking revelation he was actually born in Detroit.
Which is a huge surprise to Anna, who always assumed Seattle.
And it connects directly back to that heartbreaking opening quote we read. It gives context to that early childhood trauma, his earliest, most vulnerable years.
This Detroit connection feels absolutely pivotal.
It is. He eventually tells Anna the horrific details. Living in that foster home with the Colliers, enduring what he calls hell on earth.
Neglect, abuse, abandonment.
He internalized this image of himself as an unlovable savage, believing he was inherently broken, unworthy of love.
And this past, these fears, it's the key, isn't it, to understanding his control issues, his BDSM needs, his fear of intimacy.
Absolutely. It's a heartbreaking backstory, and it finally explains so much of his behavior, those walls he built around himself. For a deep dive like ours, this isn't just plot.
No, it's the psychological bedrock.
Exactly. It shows how that early trauma manifested as this desperate need for control, trying to prevent the chaos and abandonment of the past from ever happening again.
And it's within that context that Elena Lincoln, Mrs. Robinson,
Right.
her role becomes even more disturbing.
Yes. Christian confesses that his relationship with her, starting when he was only 15, it was a coping mechanism.
He says it allowed him to experience things I never thought I could, like physical touch, a way to channel his anger.
But this confession is just critical. It helps us understand the core of his BDSM preferences, his stunted emotional development. Elena, well, she exploited his vulnerability, plain and simple.
As a traumatized teenager.
Right. She taught him to wear your pain on the outside, basically externalizing his suffering through control and submission. It's a classic example of trauma bonding.
Trauma bonding.
Yeah.
Explain that a bit.
Well, it's where intense emotional experiences, even really negative or abusive ones, forge these powerful, often unhealthy attachments, especially in vulnerable people who are just seeking any kind of connection or release.
So for listeners trying to get the why behind 50 Shades.
This revelation about Elena's manipulative influence, framing it as this destructive coping mechanism rather than genuine care, it brings so much into focus. It's a tragic origin story for his kinks.
Painting them not just as a preference, but as this deeply ingrained response to profound psychological wounding.
Precisely.
Okay, so with all this, the dangers, the devastating revelations, it's no wonder their relationship starts to show real strain.
The pressure is immense.
And it's exacerbated by other things, too, like Christian showing up at Anna's work at SIP.
That confrontation.
He calls her an errant wife, and chillingly, an asset. Anna's internal reaction is just pure fury. I am not a freaking asset.
And that visit, it shows Christian's desperate attempt to manage her career, her life, really, under the guise of generosity.
Planning to take over SIP, basically gift it to her.
Which, in his mind, is this grand gesture, providing for her.
But it's also about control, isn't it? Controlling her ambitions, keeping her in his orbit.
And Anna sees right through it. Her furious reaction being treated like a possession, it shows that fundamental power struggle is still very much alive.
It's about respect, autonomy, the definition of their partnership. She knows even a gift can be a form of control. Another gilded cage.
And this tension, it just builds and then culminates in what feels like a massive betrayal for Anna.
Yeah.
Triggered by the pregnancy news.
His reaction to that news, it's explosive.
Furious, fearful, and it leads him to get drunk and go see Elena. And Anna finds out through that text message from Elena.
Ugh, that text. It was good to see you. I understand now. Don't fret. You'll make a wonderful father. Just brutal.
A total gut punch. Anna describes it as raw, bitter, humiliating betrayal. And it pushes her to snoop on his phone.
Which is when she finds his wallpaper.
Yes. That patchwork of photograph upon photograph of me. Which is this weird counterpoint, isn't it? Underscoring his intense, obsessive love for her, even amidst the betrayal.
So much vulnerability on both sides, but clashing horribly.
It leads to this huge emotionally charged confrontation. Anna calls him spineless. Christian denies needing Elena, insists it was fear, not desire, reiterates his love for Anna.
It feels like a real moment of truth, forcing them both to confront how fragile their bond still is, how deep Christian's insecurities run.
That fear of losing her, especially to a child, it triggers his deepest abandonment trauma. He just regresses, uses a terrible self-destructive coping mechanism.
It's incredibly messy and painful.
Hmm.
And speaking of deep dives and complex layers, if you're finding this discussion helpful, maybe shedding some new light, remember you can dive even deeper with us.
That's right. You can follow Artificially Literate on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts.
Yeah, don't miss out on future explorations. We cover a lot of different ground. Okay, so part 2. It ends on this really emotional note, doesn't it? After all that turmoil, Christian makes this powerful recommitment, trying to pull them back from the brink. I love you, my wife, and I want the world to know it.
Confronting the future and unconditional love.
That declaration, I love you, my wife, and I want the world to know it. It really sets the stage for this final part of our deep dive. It leads into this moment of real sincerity from Christian that starts to mend those cracks.
Anne picks up on it immediately. Her internal response is quite telling.
Yeah, she thinks, he is utterly, utterly sincere. I blink at him as my heart expands. Holy cow, he really does love me.
That raw sincerity, it becomes absolutely crucial, doesn't it? Because they're facing maybe their biggest challenge yet.
The pregnancy bomb, Anna's unexpected pregnancy, and her discovery. It's not joyous, not initially, it's panic.
Pure panic. Oh, no. This is too soon. Far too soon.
She has this fleeting vision, almost like a premonition of a copper-haired boy.
But it's immediately followed by this really disturbing self-conscious image of Christian turning away from her, seeing herself as fat and awkward, heavy with child.
It's this moment of profound vulnerability, fear about her body, her relationship, what this means.
Her alarm is so understandable given the massive unexpected shift. And for a split second, she even considers, ending this.
A raw thought born of overwhelm.
Exactly, not real intent. Because almost immediately that protective instinct kicks in for little blip as she starts calling the baby. And it transitions so quickly into this powerful realization that she does love the idea of their child. She embraces it with this sudden, fierce maternal love.
That internal journey is incredibly fast. Panic to protectiveness.
It really highlights her strength, her capacity for unconditional love, even when things are terrifyingly uncertain. She adapts, prioritizes. It's a stark contrast to Christian's reaction.
Oh, his reaction, far more volatile. Destructive, even.
Furious, consumed by fear, he shouts, "How the fuck do you know?"
That sense of powerlessness, losing control, just overwhelms him. He slams the door, leaves.
And later, drunk, he confesses that deep fear that Anna will choose him over me, the baby over him.
It reveals just how profound those abandonment issues still are. It's not just about a baby. It's about being replaced, abandoned again, just like his childhood.
His fear is such a direct, almost textbook consequence of that trauma, those attachment issues. He reacts like an adolescent, really, unable to process this huge, uncontrollable change.
He projects his fears onto the baby, sees it as a rival.
Exactly, triggering those deepest anxieties about being secondary, irrelevant. But it's Anna. Despite her own fear, despite the hurt he caused, she's the one who anchors him.
She offers that reassurance.
With such conviction, too. I know neither one of us is ready for this, but I think you'll make a wonderful father. We'll figure it out.
That statement feels like a cornerstone, doesn't it, for their path forward?
It really does. Anna steps into this role of incredible strength, maturity, empathy, guiding them both through it. Her steadfastness stops him from completely spiraling.
So the reconciliation after that initial blow-up, it has some really poignant moments.
Like Christian's nightmare, crying out in his sleep, so vulnerable, so afraid.
And that raw display leads right to his apology, his real apology.
I'm sorry for everything. Just wake up. I miss you. I love you. It's so rare for him, so raw, cracking through those usual defenses.
You see the scared little boy underneath the control freak.
And that apology, it's a huge turning point for him. For a man obsessed with perfection, with control, his admission, "I'll try to be a good father," is incredibly vulnerable.
It's significant, a shift from certainty to just effort, growth.
And Anna's support is immediate, unwavering. You'll try, and you'll succeed. And let's face it, you don't have much choice in the matter because Blip and I are not going anywhere.
Love that line.
It's great, isn't it? And the nickname Blip, it signifies their shared acceptance. Hesitant at first, maybe,
Yeah.
but it's there, a symbol of their future.
And Christian eventually suggesting Junior, it shows him connecting, accepting his role.
It's a genuinely beautiful moment. Understanding, forgiveness, commitment to this evolving family.
So with the pregnancy now accepted, even after all that turbulence, their dynamic really starts to evolve, doesn't it? Towards something more mature, more like unconditional love.
Definitely. Anna has this crucial realization, this empathetic shift. She sees how Christian's past made him who he is, shaped the control issues, the fears.
So she decides to stop hassling him about it so much, recognizes they're often coping mechanisms.
And instead, she chooses to revel in the feel of his comforting, protective arms, accepting him, flaws and all, rather than constantly trying to fix him.
And that understanding deepens because Christian finally shows that blameless vulnerability, right?
Yes. By exposing those raw childhood wounds, he lets Anna see him not just as controlling, but as deeply damaged, deserving of empathy.
And we see those tender moments, like when he washes her bruises after the Jack Hyde attack.
That's so symbolic. It shows his protective side, his deep remorse for her pain, but without the usual dominance or the performative aspects of their BDSM life, just gentle care.
It feels like a real breaking down of barriers.
It highlights that his control often stems from fear for her safety, not just a desire for power. Empathy is transforming their relationship.
And this evolution, this deeper understanding, it even extends into the playroom, into their BDSM dynamic.
Great. They go back, but it feels different. There's a new level of mutual understanding, respect.
Anna's active participation, her saying she wants to explore my limits, it feels different now. More about her agency, her choice, conscious exploration.
A partnership, even in what she later calls the kinky fuckery. And this evolution in their intimacy, it connects beautifully to Christian developing this capacity for, well, playful affection. And patience, real patience.
We see glimpses of that in the future scenes, right, with their son, Ted.
Exactly. The book shows Christian having extraordinary patience with Ted, which is such a stark, heartwarming contrast to his earlier self.
You feel the joy in that shared vision they have, Christmas in the new house, imagining their copper-haired little boy.
These glimpses into their domestic future really cement the idea that their relationship has transformed. Tenderness, domestic bliss, genuine playfulness can exist alongside their unconventional passions. It feels more balanced.
So as the book wraps up, it feels like their relationship has moved beyond those purely transactional or trauma-driven dynamics.
I think so. It feels built on deeper understanding, empathy, acceptance of each other's vulnerabilities, and a real commitment to growth. They both changed immensely.
Forged by everything they went through together.
Absolutely. Their whole journey from that first spark, through betrayal, trauma, parenthood, it illustrates how profound love can emerge, maybe not despite the issues, but almost because of their willingness to finally confront them.
They find a way to be happy here, with you, me, and Blip.
It signifies that future built on genuine connection, a more balanced partnership, and a love that's expanded to include their child. Seeing, understanding, embracing the whole person, flaws, past, everything, and committing to build a future.
And as we reflect on that transformation, there's one final quote from the book that just perfectly encapsulates the depth of their bond now. Christian's ultimate mission, you could say. It really brings it full circle. My life's mission is to spoil you, Mrs. Gray, and keep you safe because I love you.
A powerful end note. Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into 50 Shades Freed here on Artificially Literate.
Yeah, thanks for listening in.
We really hope you've maybe gained some new insights into the complexities of, well, love, control, healing. All the things wrapped up in this narrative. Perhaps seeing the characters and their journey through a slightly different, maybe more nuanced lens today.
And if you enjoyed this exploration, we definitely invite you to check out our other episodes. We cover all sorts of things.
Please do. Follow Artificial Literate for more topics like this.
And stay tuned for the next book we'll be unpacking. Until then, remember,
Feed your brain, starve your inner fool.